Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to embarrass myself, but I'm going to bring you along for the journey. So this video is about a broken tractor. So this is my my riding lawnmower. It's John Deere L111. I got this from my father-in-law, and it has been such a blessing to have. This thing works absolutely phenomenally. So it served him well for a few seasons, and then he passed it down to us. And so I've been mowing with this for, since we got the land pretty much. So a couple seasons. And our land is not flat. There's a lot of dips and valleys and just bumpiness, right? So this also being my first time out on acreage, right? I'm learning. Like I've been cutting suburban lawns all my life, so this is new, right? First time using a riding lawnmower, first time for a lot of stuff. So I'm learning as I go. And what I'm learning is that these things can get beat up pretty quickly on uneven terrain if you're not careful. And what ended up happening was this guide wheel on the mower deck broke. And when I say broke, I mean that the bracket is welded onto the mower deck there, and the weld didn't fail, but the actual sheet metal of that mower deck failed, and so it ripped a chunk of the sheet metal off, and the bracket obviously came off. So what am I to do, right? Well, the only way to really repair that is to buy a completely new mower deck, which I'm not going to do because that's expensive. So what do? Well, hey, I've got a welder and I don't know how to weld, so let's weld it back together. So that's what I did. As anyone can tell by looking at that, that is a horrible weld job. It's absolutely horrible. But it's holding. I've mowed a couple times and it's holding. Here's my scenario. All right, I gotta get this thing working. I needed this thing to actually work and mow. So what'd I do? Well, first off, in order to properly do this, right, to get good positioning and cleaning, at least for me, I'd have to pull that whole mower deck off, get it up high where I can work on it, clean it, right? It's just, I didn't have time for that. So I had to work on it in place. And so I had to work with what I was given. So I took a wire wheel on my drill and cleaned the area as best I could on the front side. I didn't even worry about the back side. And I took a section of really bar stock and cut it off and made a plate to cover the hole in the sheet metal. I welded that plate on, and then I re-welded this bracket to the plate, and you can kind of see the seams there, right? There's the seam of the bracket to the plate, and then you can see the outer perimeter of the plate itself. And it was just, let's see what I can find. I didn't plan very well. If I could find the other chunk of bar stock that I used. Oh, I don't see it. It's just some flat steel bar stock. It doesn't matter. But that's what I used, and I welded it absolutely terribly using a lot of rods and basically just globbed the liquid metal on there until it stuck and held. I show you this for a couple of reasons. First, the title of the video series, ongoing series, is Journey to Homestead, right? And when you move out in the country and you're maintaining land, your tractor is going to break somehow, some way. It's going to happen, and so you got to be able to fix it. And fixing it either buying new parts, or you know what? If money's tight and you don't want to spend the money, make it work, make it do. What's the old phrase? If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Well, I mean, this is ugly as sin, right? This is not good. I would not want to do this work for anybody, right? And be proud of it, because I'm not. But I am proud of that it's held, and it's allowing me to cut my grass, which is the intended purpose, right? I don't need my mower to be a show car. I need it to cut grass. I'd prefer it to look nice, right? But I mean, if my options are buy a new mower deck or not cut the grass, right? I mean, you got to have a third option. So this was my third option, is to fix the existing mower deck. So that's what I did. And that's just stick welding. It's a good opportunity. I'll show you the welder I used. There she be. That is a Harbor Freight special. Titanium stick, 225. And as I said previously, I don't know how to weld, right? I bought this to learn. And I figure, okay, if I'm going to learn, I might as well learn on stick because it's very versatile and it's cheap compared to getting a full MIG setup. So this guy right here was a good bang for the buck. I think my whole setup, I'm in it for under 300 bucks, right? That's the cart from Harbor Freight, the welder. This auto darkening welding hood was an Amazon special, right? Welding helmet machine 3.0, monster and master. It's some Amazon Chinesian brand, I'm sure, but it does work really well. The auto darkening feature works well, and I think it was all of like 40 or 50 bucks. And then just some cheap Harbor Freight welding gloves. And then I got Hobart rod. I tried to get, not the cheapest thing I could find. But this thing works well. And it runs on, just a 50 amp 220, right? NEMA was a NEMA 620 or 650p outlet. All right, so this thing will work on 220, but it also comes with an adapter, right? Kind of dirty, to run on 110. So I loved that versatility where if I needed to take this somewhere outside my shop, I could probably get something done. But this also has enough juice where if I needed to weld big stuff, I could. So I've been pretty happy with it so far. I mean, granted, I don't know how to weld, right? I'm learning. So do I know a good one from a bad one? Yeah, probably not. But it works for my needs, at least so far. So I am very happy with it. And works especially good for just projects like this, right? I'd spend more than the cost of that welder to get a new mower deck. And so, that bug assaulting me. So that's about it. I wanted to show you what I did, and I figure I embarrass myself a little bit, give you guys a good laugh, at what I've done. But I'm learning, and hopefully my next one will get better and better and better. But that's the journey we're all on, right? Developing hard skills, learning how to do things. Myself, I'm an aspiring polymath. I want to be able to do a lot of things well. One of my favorite quotes, Robert A. Heinlein, he lists a bunch of skills that he feels that every man, every human should have. And at the end of it, he says, specialization is for insects. And I wholeheartedly agree with him. Nothing wrong with specializing in something, nothing wrong with excelling in one field, but we got to be able to do a bunch of things. And hopefully a bunch of things well, but at least a bunch of things. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all got a laugh at my horrible weld. And I hope you all are enjoying the series. Many more videos to come. And thank you all for watching very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps the channel out. And thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.